Hello, everyone. Change of plans. I wasn't able to get anyone to fire in the two-person queues, so I decided to go into the tournament practice room. So I don't know what I'm going to be playing against. It could be great, could be not, but I'm on the play. Again, this is with Delver, and this is actually a pretty bad hand. It has almost no business. Yeah, it has 2 islands and Preordain, but double Treasure Cruise is pretty bad, so I'm going to mulligan. This hand is better. It digs me deeper, and it's, in my opinion, better than going to 5. But I'm going to keep, and then I'm going to lead on Ponder. Now, I'm leading on Ponder because I really want to dig myself to business, and Ponder lets me see way more cards. See, I get to see what's going to amount to 4 cards. I don't really want to keep any of these because I have a second island already. So I'm just going to put these back, shuffle my library, and I drew an island anyway. So next turn we'll see. The Ninja is kind of a mulligan, but I still think it was better than going to 5. So it looks like the Mirror or the UR deck. That's a good draw. So first things first, let me, in case they're on the day's plan, let me play Preordain. It's really good. So I'm going to put back Cloud of Fairies because I want to draw that next turn. Counterspell's really good. Play Bone Splitter. Pass the turn. So what's going to happen is they're probably going to flip their Delver, and I'm going to take a bunch of damage. Well, actually, only 3 damage. And I stacked it that way because I'd rather have the Counterspell in hand. There really isn't any negative for me keeping it in hand. Oh, turns out they did not flip. That's fine? Or did they? Oh, no. Remove Soul. So that tells me they're actually on the control version of Delver. Remove Soul is not really a card you see all that often in fast Delver or tempo Delver. Instead, what you see is you see it in the mono blue control decks that run Delver Secrets as a way to, how should I put it? As a way to, as a clock, basically. But right now what I'm going to do, they run way, oh, so this guy might actually be blue-red control, which is actually a pretty bad matchup for Delver. Because unlike other decks, what they can do is just run a ton of removal as well. I think the best plan here is to try and bait out the counter that they have by going for Cloud of Fairies. I mean, it's going to get countered in all likelihood. I know they have that. I probably should have done this last turn. But yeah. They are also a very, very good Treasure Cruise deck. And if I had known this going in, I actually probably would have kept that opening hand. Because right now I'm going to be way, way behind. Now, if I can resolve Spiral Golem, even then it's not great because they have things like... If I can resolve Spiral Golem, it's still not great because they have things like Electrostatic Bolt, which really hurt. But hopefully what I can do here is protect it long enough with Counterspell until I can start. I can protect my life total long enough with Counterspell. Didn't do anything. So, yeah. Try to counter it. If they have a counter back, not really anything I can do. They don't, which tells me they may have an answer. I don't know. I mean, regardless, okay, they have double Flame Slash, which nothing I could really done about that. So I'm basically dead here. There isn't really much I can do at all. I basically need to flip Delver, have it stick, which is not going to really be all that much of a possibility, and then hope they blank. And this deck, while it does have a lot of air, and really they haven't drawn a lot of lands, it's not necessarily like this is really like an anti-Delver deck. So I'm actually going to go to 5, and they have double lightning bolt. I'm just dead. Really nothing I can do. Admittedly, I had kind of an awkward draw. I mean, what I have to do here is hope. I mean, I had a slow draw, which is not the way this matchup really wants to play out. If they have any removal here, it's terrible for me. Okay, I get to draw a card. If they have a counter for this, that's really good, but hopefully they don't. I feel like if they had a counter, they would have used it last turn. Unless they just drew it. Play out Delver. I mean, right now they could cruise and kill me anyway, so we'll see. I'm not totally dead, just mostly. So they cruised for 3, it looks like, removed 5 cards. Yeah, surprisingly not dead yet, thankfully. I should have, suited up these guys with Bone Splitter, drew blanks. It's not even worth playing it out. Wow, that was bad. So here, what I really want to bring in are Stormbound Geists. Bounce is kind of bad against them, so I'm signing out, at least initially, Snaps, Snags, and Repeals. I mean, again, they don't have a ton of creatures. These decks tend to run between 8 and 12 creatures. So what I really want to do is have my Stormbound Geists. I want to bring in a Gate. What they'll do a lot of times in the sideboard is bring in cards like Curse of the Bloody Tomb, which is very hard for me to stop. Don't really love Ninja here. It's just vulnerable. Echoing Truth. Dispel. What I really want to do is just have more gas in my deck. So I actually think I'm going to side out a Preordain for an additional Dispel. And yeah, let's see if this works out better. On the play. Much better. So this hand, they basically have to have a turn 1 answer to my Delver, or else I can just really... Oh, then they mulligan, and they're running 61 cards. They mulligan twice, and they're running 61 cards. Okay, just noticed that. Maybe they sided in. But if they have a turn 1 answer, the only card that can really deal with Stormbound Geist from their deck efficiently is Magnus Ray. So right now, I actually have a huge advantage. See what they flip. I have the advantage because I went first, basically. Sometimes in Delver Mirrors, it can be a coin flip. That's huge because they flip nothing. Let's see. I think my plan here is actually just to do this. And just press my Delver advantage right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to play out Stormbound Geist because then I'm naked to a Curse of the Bloody Tomb, which is really bad for me. But they're choked on mana. They have double Delver. So first let me ponder, see what's coming up. It's defensible that I should have countered the second Delver. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Stormbound Geist, Preordain, Delver. Don't want to shuffle my library. I'll attack. Because what this lets me do is it still lets me press my Delver advantage by having 2 Delvers on the next turn. So let's see what they're going to reveal. Villain is going to reveal nothing. So again, I'm huge. Then my guess is they probably have a land, which is, again, fantastic for me. And they scoop. Not much they could have done there. So now I actually think I want Piracy Charms over Deprive, definitely. And the reason I want Piracy Charm is, one, it can help kill Delvers when they don't flip. It can net their last card, which is often going to be a Treasure Cruise, but it can also let me punch through for extra damage. Can do all sorts of things. So I think I want 1, 2. I'm going for it. Going for it. It's just a versatile card. I'm not sure it's right here, but I want to give it a shot. I actually am going to keep this. Again, this is a much grindier matchup than I originally anticipated, so turn 1 Ponder is actually pretty good. Drawing 5 of your... Ooh, that's really bad. Drawing 5 of your 17 lands and then having another 2 on top, I mean, not really where you want to be. I actually think I want to go for a Delver here, because if they kill it, I'm 1 card closer to Treasure Cruise, and if not, well, I'm okay with that. Because my guess here is that they're going to try and resolve a Curse of the Bloody Tomb immediately. Or their own Delver. So I think the plan here is just for Stormbound Geist. Again, if they counter it, next turn I get to go double Spire Golem. And again, I'm digging myself closer to cruises. Like right now, I'm hugely advantaged towards my Treasure Cruise, which is the only reason why I'm playing this so aggressively. And that's huge, the fact that they whiffed. Now, they could have double, you know... Oh, this is wonderful. There was really not a 1 mana spell they can use to hit me right now, so I get to really... They basically have to have double Electrostatic Bolt to really hurt me. And I just don't know if they're running that. I mean, Electrostatic Bolt is good, but I don't know how great. Well, they could have double Flame Slash also. But 1, 2. Let's see if they flip anything. They don't. So let me see. Let me try Delver, see if they counter it. The reason I'm not going for Treasure Cruise right now is because, well, if they have a counter spell and then they can cruise back, that's just brutal for me. Like, I waste all my resources and they get to cruise and they have the advantage. That's just miserable. So Dispel, okay. Muldrift is actually pretty good for me because now I have a window to resolve my cruise. And now we get into a slog. So yeah, I'll gladly pay 4 for my cruise. Like, it's not thrilling, but their shields are down. That's actually pretty terrible, drawing into double cruise. But what I really need to do is... Ugh, this is actually pretty bad. Yeah, so what they're going to be able to do now, let's see if they shuffle with Ponder. Because right now I know they have Dispel in their hand. So they have a random card. They still can't attack profitably. So we're kind of in a standoff. My goal is to kind of... Let me preordain. Let me preordain again. And I'm doing this because I need to set up my next cruise, which is pretty awkward. So what I'm trying to do is get them to a point where they're left with 1 card in hand and I can Piracy Charm their cruise. And here I just want to try and cast this. So now the question is, do I attack? And I think Nux, I want them to burn 2 cards. I mean, my guess is they have... the entire Piracy Charm plan I'm working on is terrible because they have the spell, which will be left in their hand. Yeah, that was actually terrible. I should have known that. And my guess is they have Cruise and the spell in hand, so I think attacking with both those, because now they have to block something. And actually I can use Piracy Charm. So let's see. So yeah, they're basically gonna resolve their cruise, and I have to be okay with that. Yeah, so now they get to cruise. They have Dispel up. I mean, that's if they have cruise, but they've been playing like they have cruise. Maybe they don't have cruise. If they don't have cruise, that's actually really interesting. Because then they have blanks? Let's see what I flip. So I'm actually going to use this to give my guy Island Walk until end of turn. What I'll do is let me get an extra card, and I'll counter anything they have in hand with Spell Stutter. Like if they dispel this, I just get that out of their hand, have Spell Stutter Sprite to block. Yeah, that's actually awesome for me. So now I know they have nothing in hand. They have literal Dispel in hand, which can only counter instants. I'm free to cruise. Okay, that's fine. Like, I know that's not great, but it lets me go up cards, which is something I really want to do. And I'm not winning the damage race otherwise. But getting an extra card here could be very important. Yeah. So, I mean, if they draw a cruise, it's bad for me, but I'm still up a decent number of cards. Quicksand's pretty good against me, but that just means I stop attacking with Ninja, which I would have done anyway because of Seagate Oracle. The Piracy Chumps are just terrible here. The thing I have to worry about now is I'm getting into triple Lightning Bolt range. So I actually think I chump, because if not, I'm in triple Lightning Bolt range. So yeah, I actually have to chump Delver here. Which is, again, fine, because it feeds my cruise. My last treasure cruise. Wow, that was terrible of them. Like, that card is already dead. That card's already dead because of so many things. So, let's see. So yeah, I'm actually going to cruise for 4. Like, it's just the best way to use my mana this turn. And it lets me do this. And then this. And yeah, that puts me in a great position. I'm up 10. How did I get up? Well, I cast 3 cruises. I was going to ask myself how I got up 10 cards, and then I realized that I cast Treasure Cruise 3 times. And they cast it once. Yet I'm still up quite a few cards. Like, I'm up. He doesn't know it, but I'm up. Well, I'm actually down a card, but they don't know that, so I'm okay with it. But now they can't attack. I'm gang blocking here to play around Lightning Bolt. Yeah. Not sure what's correct, but it's what I did. That card is largely dead. Actually, I should have saved that, so I would have been able to ninja back Stormbound Geist if it had died. But yeah, that was just terrible. Now, as the game goes longer, it's actually going to advantage them significantly because they still have Treasure Cruise. Like, they still have a number of Treasure Cruises left. I don't. And I can't attack because I lose the damage rates. I have a 6-turn clock. They have a 5-turn clock, rather a 4-turn clock, which is also sped up by the fact that they have lightning bolts left in their deck. Yeah, I can't let that resolve. Wow, they don't have any lightning bolts or instant speed removal. That's pretty important. Wow, that's unfortunate. Showing Island. Like, these are the cards I've revealed off of Delver, which is pretty brutal. Yeah, I gotta pass. I can't attack. Like, normally what I would do is I'd attack with Stormbound Geist, but that turns on what I imagine to be Flame Slashes in their hand. Spellstarter is Brick, Delver's Brick. Like, once I flip Delver, I can start attacking, but until then, this is a slog. This is Curse of the Bloody Tomb. There really isn't anything I can do. No, it's another Seagate Oracle. Looks like they're not on the curse plan. The good news is I have all 4 counterspells left in my deck. I've really not drawn a single counterspell this game. Wow. Let's see. I have a Preordain, 3, and 3 Ponders left. So I actually have a lot of business and only 6 lands. But I really need to also have Bone Splitter, which would be huge. Woohoo! Finally flipped. Now, I'm going to cast it, even though I'm assuming they have a counter for it, because it's just too good not to cast at this point. They don't have a counter for it. Okay. Like, I know Piracy Charm isn't great, but it's still a versatile card, and I'd rather have it than most other things right now. Like, it lets my spell starters trade for their things. Bottom, top. So, yeah. I mean, so I have 10, 11, what I believe to be 6 islands on, yep, 5 islands in the top 22 cards of my library. So, yeah. Yeah, Muldrifter, it's not good, but now the point is who's going to maybe deck themselves? It's probably me if the game goes that long. Like, this is a slog, and this is what Blue-Red Control is built for. Easy Control is built for the long game. I mis-sideboarded against their version because now they have a full grip. That is pretty bad for me. However, if they tap 2 Quicksands to cast something, I do get to hit him with Piracy Charm. Yeah, again, do I have a Spire Golem left? I do. That's very good. Land. Not land. Spell. Really good spell. Okay, I mean, it's reactive, but it's still there, so it actually lets me protect my Stormbound Geist a little bit. Yeah, aside from game 1 really wasn't a good game because I just didn't have the cards I needed. Game 2, they had a mulligan to 5. Let's see. They're running 61 cards still. Here, it's a long, drawn-out game, so it's been a good game, and I really wish I had an F6 because otherwise I would have been able to, negate that. But that's my fault for using F6. Okay, now we get into the prospect of someone getting decked. I'm guessing they have a lot of land in their hand. Oh, they're cruising again. Do I want to negate? No, I think, because honestly right now I think they just have a ton of air, like land and counters, and I need to save the negate for protecting Stormbound Geist, because that's really my path to victory, is breaking their attackers with Stormbound Geist, which sounds awful. I don't know why that keeps popping up, but okay. If I can make him waste a counterspell and Piracy Charm, I'm A-okay with that. I really shouldn't have sided those in. It was a mistake. Okay. Yeah, now things are getting hairy. I don't think I'm winning this game. Like, I need to draw very, very well. The fact of the matter is there are still 6 islands in my deck. I know one of them's on the bottom, so that means in the next 21 cards, or in the next 20 cards, I have 5 islands. And yeah, that is just not good. I have about a 1 in 4 chance of drawing an island next turn. Now, if I can let the game go longer, do they shuffle on Ponder? No, they're drawing gas right now, and I'm not. So let's see. Yeah, another Mulldrifter. So yeah, now I really have to be aggressive with my blocking. By that I mean go for Geist, protect it. They probably have a ton of removal left. And this is how they win the game. Like, this is an anti-Delver Delver deck. So yeah, I need to block here. And I know I'm going to be basically wasting 2 cards. Because what's probably going to happen is Flame Slash. Yep, so I'm going to negate that. And then they're going to have a counterspell, and I'm going to dispel the counterspell. Unless they have double dispel, in which case I'm hosed. Oh, success. Sure, you cast Treasure Cruise again. Have you cast all 4 this game? 1, 2, yep, they've cast 4 Treasure Cruises. And I'm still in it. Not by much, by like a hair. Okay, not really helpful. They only have 5.5 minutes left. They're not playing super fast. And again, this isn't for money, or rather for prizes. But yeah, I have to... do I block here? How many lightning bolts do they have left? All 3. I actually have to block here and respect triple lightning bolt kill. Like, it gives me 1 extra turn, basically, by doing that. Let's see what they discard. Oh, they're not. It's entirely possible they're going to deck themselves. Or clock themselves. Yep. 4 islands in the next 19 is not good for me. Oh, they didn't have triple lightning bolt last turn, but they probably do now. So I'm dead. Like, there really isn't anything. Like, they attack with everything, and I'm just hosed. Like, that's 5 damage I can't deal with. If they have double lightning bolt, I'm dead. Shocker, the deck with 4 Treasure Cruise beat the deck with 3 Treasure Cruise. Barely alive, thanks to Dispel. Which spell? Dispel. Now, chances are what they have is just lethal. Like, actually, they just knew. Yeah, if they actually alpha there, I'm dead. Because I can't block those, and another Seagate makes it through. And this way they give me an extra turn, but I'm just dead. I mean, they just need another Lightning Bolt, or Dispel, or anything. Yeah. Okay, congratulations. You win. What was I going to draw? Ooh, a lot of blanks. Okay, well, thanks for watching me get my butt handed to me. Until next time, bye.